Hey, hello and welcome again to another edition of The Average Guys. I'm your host, Johnny D. With me, as always, my co-host, Kenny K.
Johnny.
Why don't you introduce your friend who just came over here?
I don't know. Who is this guy? Mike Kurtovich. What's this? Mike is the new waiter here at Wade Stadium. Oh, fantastic. Mike, that's awesome.
It's just part of Thirsty Thursday here. So.
Part of Thirsty Thursday here at Wade Stadium. Wow, with a new waiter here.
So Mike Kurtovich, and then we got behind the camera Kelly Donahue. Say hi, Kelly. Hi. And then, anyways, The Average Guy is brought to you by the Rustic Bar down on Ramsey Street and Central Avenue in beautiful West Duluth. Yeah. George Gothner, good enough to underwrite this show for us. And
Gentleman George.
Gentleman George, come down the first and third Thursdays of the month to the Rustic Bar, and any other time it's raining.
The week before, it was nice and air conditioned. All they got the heat on.
Yeah, it's getting to that point, and I had to run down before we went on the air and get my jacket out of the car. But we got a lot to talk about this week. We got Armageddon fastly approaching for Major League Baseball. We'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about the Duluth-Superior Dukes, wrap up of the season here. And
thank you.
On last week's show, that was a week behind due to a mix-up down at the PACT offices.
Oh, you got that. Okay.
We got our picks for the 5 most memorable moments. I got 6, but one's a tie. We'll let you, the viewers, determine which one I should delete. But before we get into the sports, though, Kenny, last week's show you were talking about going down to the cities. You saw a concert. If you'd like to elaborate a little bit.
State Fair, Elvis the concert. My goodness, Johnny, it was unbelievable. I don't even know where to begin. Sunday night, I saw the free Foghat show at the Pavilion. Great time. Foghat's going to be up at Black Bear Casino September 2nd. Go see them. Original members Roger Earl and Tony Stevens. This Elvis concert was absolutely unbelievable. I'm telling you. Original guitar player, bass player, piano player, drummer, backup vocalist, some of the people in the orchestra. I'm telling you what, there were a couple of times, if there was a dry eye in that place, and it was packed, me and Tracy looked at each other several times. Tracy, we were giving standing ovations to the guy. He wasn't even there. Elvis was on the big screen. And I'm thinking, what are the band members thinking? Are they thinking, geez, is Elvis there to them? I don't know. It was bizarre, but it was... And Tracy said, Ken, this may start a new thing. You know, John Lennon being dead. But the thing is, the key is you have to have footage. And so, who knows what's going to happen? I guess the thing that started this, that I recall, was Nat King Cole and his daughter when she did the duet. And then Hank Jr. did it with Hank Sr., and then there's been some commercials where they've gotten John Wayne in there. You know, those commercials, beer commercials, or what have you. And then the most recent one is Frank Sinatra and the new Ford Thunderbird. Have you seen that one?
You know, I have, now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, so Tracy and I had a great time down there, and if anybody gets an opportunity to see a video or ever to see that Elvis concert, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. It was unreal.
There you go, fans. Kenny's book report review of the Elvis concert at the State Fair. But anyway, you're going to go see Paul McCartney coming up here?
Got tickets, XL Energy Center, September 23rd, Section 203, Row 1. Yeah.
There you go, brother.
Boogaloo.
So anyway, what do we want to get into first?
Johnny, we're holding the memorable moments thing here. Major League Baseball has this. I looked at this, and we talked about this on a previous show, how a moment, to me anyways, is a home run, something that happens spontaneously. Like, for instance, Kirk Gibson's pinch hit home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, wins Game 1 of the World Series. Los Angeles Dodgers, they go on to defeat the Oakland A's. That's a moment. You know, then you get something like Jack Morris pitches 10 shutout innings against the Atlanta Braves and leads the Twins to victory in Game 7 of the World Series. I don't know, is 10 innings a moment?
Yeah.
Well, then what about a home run? That's a I don't know. You know, I don't want to pick this thing apart. What'd you pick?
Who do you have number 1? Year and the event.
I picked 4 of the 5. Chuck up at Eggebrecht, the baseball scientist, picked the other one. My picks are Cal Ripken Jr. of the Baltimore Orioles breaks Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played record of 2,130.
I have that tied I have that for a tie.
Okay, my second pick, Kirk Gibson's pitch and home run. You didn't pick that?
I didn't pick it.
John?
I called it. I was.
Come on. Oh, no, it's all. You didn't pick
I
that.
didn't
It's
pick
one of
it.
the greatest, most memorable moments.
I wanted to, but I couldn't. Because I got some other memorable moments.
Well, I chose the Cincinnati Reds. Pete Rose breaks the all-time hit record, surpassing Ty Cobb.
Kenny, I had picked that one, 1985. But, you know, it comes down to between that and Cal Ripken's streak, which one... Neither one will be broken anymore. You know, I mean, it's just not going to happen. So, I mean, you know, to me, it's like, gosh, the two modern-day ones. So, you know, I went back further in time for my picks.
Are you guys really filming?
Yeah. The Average Guys. Public access. Cable TV. Channel 7.
I love public access. Woo!
These are the fans that we.
Average.
We're all. These are the fans we paid off here. No.
That's right. So,
Free
okay.
hot dogs for these guys and beer.
ASAP. So you got Ripken, Gibson, and you got Pete Rose.
Then I chose Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves breaks Babe Ruth's all-time home run record of 714.
I picked that one myself because
Okay.
those were the days before cable. Network TV cutting in every time he came up to bat, you
Well,
know.
there's a couple here that you picked different than I did, and my final pick, actually, the one that Chuck chose after he looked it over, Jackie Robinson joins the Brooklyn Dodgers, becoming the first African-American player in modern Major League Baseball.
That's better.
Yeah, I picked that one. Because it just, I mean, you can gauge baseball by, you know, 1900 all the way up to 47. But it'd been interesting to see the Josh Gibsons and the black players of their day playing in the league. But, you know, we'll never know. But for everything that,
Yeah, wait till next game.
for everything that Jackie Robinson went through, you know, getting some razzing from the fans here. The man was,
Game one, by the way, we'll quickly explain what's happened here. The Dukes were fogged out Wednesday night, so tonight there's going to be a doubleheader. Game one is a regulation 9-inning game, and the Dukes lost 16-9. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the Hits. They lost 7-3.
and we'll talk a little Dukes here in a minute. But I picked 1956. Don Larson pitches the only perfect game in World Series history as the Yankees defeat the Brooklyn Dodgers. I mean, a perfect game in a World Series, done only once, and we talked about that on the last show. I picked Jackie Robinson, you know, joins the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Kelly looks cold.
And then I picked Lou Gehrig of the New York Yankees, retires from Major League Baseball with his luckiest man farewell speech.
Ooh.
Because the whole
Yeah.
thing is, you always see the speech
Yeah.
over and over,
Great
and it's
moment.
just one of those, you know, the man was dying, you know. I mean, he went from the consecutive game streak to dead, all while within a matter of 2 years. And there were other things, you know.
Are you going to send yours in?
No, I picked 6.
You can't. You pick 6.
Yeah.
It's void.
But have you seen that new contest that Major League Baseball is producing? You can log on to MLB, take their vote on this contest they have, and one lucky winner gets to go to the World Series for one game and sit with George Brett. I know. And I
Well, you certainly wouldn't have any interest in that.
if there's one contest I could win in my life, it'd be to sit at a ball game in the stands and say, George, why are you such a jerk when it comes to signing autographs now? You never were when we were kids, and now you've gotten old and crusty. And, you know, I wouldn't say it, but to sit in the stands and watch a game. No.
Major League Baseball strikes.
Wait,
Come between us.
We have a fan here. We got to get you around here. And this is a Minnesota. This is a Minnesota Twins fan. And
I love the Twins.
Okay.
But if they strike, it'll be another 6 years off from Major League Baseball.
it'll be horrible.
Go Dukes.
There you go. Let's hope the Dukes
It wouldn't be
stay.
horrible
Hey,
for
I've
me.
seen you
I'll
guys
live
on the
without them. It'll be
Access.
horrible for them, I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The Average
big
Guys.
fans of you guys.
Hey, really?
right.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, hi.
Tim is making his cameo appearance on The Average Guys.
I'm from Wisconsin, but I'm a Packer fan, but I love the Twins. I go to
fan?
a lot of yeah, I'm a Packer fan.
At least you're not
Well,
a fan
you know-
of Felix Brewers.
But I like the Packers, and the Twins are really good, and they better not strike or
By
I'm
the
done.
way, I heard only 3 of the Twins went to the players' meeting in Chicago.
Well,
All right.
Some didn't go.
Well, the Twins already flew out to Oakland.
Yeah, they had a game this afternoon against Seattle.
Is there going to
they
be a
lost,
strike?
and they
Is there going to be a
lost.
strike?
But they won yesterday. So.
Yep.
That's
I
good.
bet there is.
My bold prediction
I
is
say no.
they will come to a settlement at 12:30 tonight.
Tomorrow.
They have to.
Tonight.
They have
hope
to.
they
But
do.
they have to.
Even if they play without an agreement, they'll just continue. They'll keep playing.
No,
they're
no.
both too stupid.
No,
Well,
last
but the whole thing is, if you were a player, would you trust the owners?
Well, no. And if you were an owner, would you trust the players?
Well, but I mean, the players don't cook the
There's
books.
been a strike every single year.
We got the SI online poll here we can look at and look at the numbers. Well, it's quite interesting what it says, actually.
No, I think they're going to come. It sounds like they're narrowing the gap. And my God, would they shoot themselves in the foot? That's my whole thing. Why would they want to?
Oh yeah.
Players and owners have to.
They're not going to strike with
They're
September
not striking
11th.
over pension plans anymore. Oh, here's the results of the poll.
An SI online poll. Which side in the labor dispute are you rooting for? Owners 22%, players 4%. Fed up with both 74%.
That include me.
Okay. Have you forgiven baseball for the '94 strike? Yes, 15%. Wasn't upset, 10%. No, 75%. If the strike wipes out the regular season but is resolved in time for the postseason, will you watch the playoffs? 70%. No. Again, a SI online poll. Fans are fed up. If the postseason is canceled, how do you think you will feel next season? No longer interested in the game, 66%. Yikes. Look at some of the signs that they're bringing to the ballparks, John. Hey guys, if you strike, you suck. You strike, we strike. Little boy holding a sign, please don't strike.
You guys want a beer?
Oh, we're good.
All right, I'll take it easy.
Hey, thanks guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to be with you.
So yeah,
Packers.
Go Packers!
Go Chiefs.
Go Bucks.
spread in the strike equals we won't be back. 3 strikes, you're out. If you strike, I'll never forgive you. Circle me, Bert. And then he's got the no strike.
Circle Me Bert, a phenomenon taken off on its own.
What do you think of the Circle Me, Bert phenomenon?
You gotta love it, man. Grassroots. And then, like last night, there was a girl. It's like, Circle Me Bert, remember me, about being a cancer survivor, and it shows Bert. And this girl's now a teenager, and here she is with a bald head with her dad holding her next to Bert Blyleven, and
Really?
yeah, I mean that was the most. Wow, it's like she's a cancer survivor, and I thought, wow, that's cool. That's really cool.
You strike, we walk. Besides, what a waste of good steroids. Baseball tonight is next, or is it? Creative signs.
Well,
John, this is not popular with the fans. There's nobody that I know of, and I'm not taking the side of the players on this. I'm not taking the side of the owners. I think the whole thing is messed up.
the only thing is, they were talking to, who was it on Fox Radio? It was either Kevin Kennedy or it was a retired player. Said the strike in the 81 and so forth, it was all about pension benefits, so everything's been squared away, retirement plans and so forth. Now it's just all about that big chunk of pie, and you got to be a mathematician to figure out how to cut it all up. Kenny's getting nervous watching his niece jumping behind the camera there.
She has to come over here. Yeah, we got to make sure that all this stuff works here properly.
But see, the thing is, if the season...
Get Bill Getty here. Bill Getty's a bad boy with the Dukes. Okay, this is actually she was our first guest on the Average Guys. This is my niece Jackie Gallagher. She's an avid rollerblader, John. So
Let's go to our 4th show and roll the
What
film.
do you remember from your first appearance on the Average Guys?
That I was rollerblading with my helmet on, and you were talking about rollerblading and stuff.
So you're having fun out here.
Are you cold?
Kind of.
Kind of, but hey, it don't matter. Dukes lost the first game. We got the second game coming up. Who's your favorite Duke?
I don't.
Homer?
I guess.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because you're not from Duluth, are you?
I'm from Duluth.
I thought she lived down in North Carolina or South Carolina or...
That's where my mom lives.
Oh. Well, you show up every 3 years, you lose track of it all.
Tell your brother to come over here. Go find him.
I don't know where he is.
Well, go look for him and tell him to come back.
He's probably by the telephone or something. He's
All
probably
right.
calling more of his friends.
Okay.
Plus, he doesn't want to be on the show.
Oh, yes, he does. Go find him. And then come
So, okay.
back. Okay.
Anyway, Kenny,
She's been dying to do that. Mike, get over here.
The only thing is, if they were to go on strike and the season would end, looking at all my preseason picks, every team I picked to take first would be in first. My best year of picking ever. I mean, the Oakland A's, I picked them first. Now they're up, 3.5 games? They've won 15 games in a row.
Can the Twins go out there and beat the A's? Can they cool off the A's?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. I mean, this is great because the thing is, Oakland is...
Hey, there's Big Papa Anthony Lewis.
He disappeared. He didn't even show up at the Menno, but that's an interesting individual. So anyway, the Oakland Athletics. Now, back in '77, after August 1st, the Kansas City Royals won 16 games in a row, and that's the last team to... Other teams have, made longer streaks, but not since '77. Can the Twins go out there?
The Twins had a streak in '91 of... What do they have, like 20 wins in a row? Or Yeah, they won through the month of June in '91. Don't you remember that streak the Twins had in '91? Come on. Where's that Twins fan? He'll remember.
20 wins in a row, Kenny.
Yeah, they had some phenomenal win streak. What was it? How many wins did the Twins have in '91? They had that big winning streak.
Total for the year wins?
No. They had that winning streak. Yeah, was it '91? They had that winning streak going. Remember that win streak the Twins had?
It wasn't 20.
Yeah, it was June. It was the month of June.
4 games, I think.
Yeah. Average Guys 99 at hotmail.com. And the first one to get the right answer wins a brand new car, courtesy. No.
So anyway, 20 games. That just seems way.
I know. It was hell of a streak, John.
I guess so, man. Such a streak.
Sticks in my head, but maybe that.
I would have sworn I would have remembered it.
It was. I was living in Wisconsin.
Packerland.
Oh, I loved it, man.
Are you behaving? That's how I
But no, across the board, I got New York, Minnesota, and Oakland. The wild card,
No kidding.
yeah, Seattle had picked. I had Florida with an asterisk next to it, hoping against hope, but boy, we'll talk about that after the offseason when we need filler.
That's spooky.
But Atlanta, St. Louis, and Arizona. And St. Louis is done by mirrors. I mean,
Now that they lost Matt Morris, they're done.
well, I mean, they're holding on by a thread. Tony La Russa was on the Jim Rome show. He just can't, like he says, my God. Well, he lost his horse, Darryl Kyle,
Yeah.
and then everything else. And but, I got him for Manager of the Year. Because anybody who had to manage that team throughout every adverse situation they had with the depleted pitching staff, the death of their workhorse, and I got Manager of the Year, Ron Gardenhire. But you can make a point for Art Howe and Mike Scioscia with the Angels. You picked the Angels first. I never seen them come in, I knew they were an up and rising team, but to do what they're doing,
How
yeah.
about Barry Zito, Cy Young?
I had Tim Hudson.
Well, I know, but we're talking.
See, I took Barry Zito would be Derek Lowe, Pedro Martinez. You can't, that's, those low ERAs.
Johan Santana's got a ways to go till he gets to Cy Young status.
But
John, did you hear the bad news? I hate to break this to you. I was on the Northern League website. Wayne Terwilliger, current first base coach of the the evil St. Paul Saints.
Former guest of the Average Guys,
Okay, all right. Well, we'll be right back with you there.
Wayne Terwilliger, former guest on the Average Guys.
I was on the Northern League webpage, and he's moving to Texas. Man, oh man. Evidently, his wife has family down there, and there's some people in her family that are ill, and they want to be closer to her family, and he's going to work in the Frontier League, I think it was. He's still going to be involved in baseball. What a great guy. What a great baseball story he's got to tell.
Oh, when he's on our show talking about Ted Williams.
Yeah. Yep, coached under Ted Williams.
Let's go back. Let's roll the tape.
Yeah, roll the tape. So yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd heard that or not. And
Now, you got to think about Johnny Roseboro being dead.
well, yeah, unspecified causes. The things I read is he had prostate problems, heart problems, and that type of thing. But I didn't hear. All I heard was unspecified problems. What do you know?
I just seen that he'd passed away, and it's like, God damn. Another one dead, you know? Former Twin, but Dodger being notorious for getting hit in the head by a bat with from Juan Marshall.
Yeah.
You know, time just goes by quick, man. We ain't getting any younger, brother.
Yeah.
So when you see this, Kelly got you something from Baltimore from the Hall of Fame day she's out there. And it was ironic because the first thing, who's on there?
Wilhelm, former Baltimore Orioles. What this is the Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame 2002 inductees. Dennis Martinez, Hoyt Wilhelm, and Rex Barney, who appears to be an announcer. Not up on my Baltimore Oriole announcers necessarily, but I got to tell you, I've got relatives that live out in Maryland.
You really?
Yeah, Baltimore Oriole fan. Baltimore Orioles. You know, they got that funny accent. Yeah. Unlike that. Yeah, we got the nice, some other things there she got us, so thanks, Kelly. That was nice. Very nice.
So anyway, my stretch for the World Series was New York and St. Louis. I don't think St. Louis is going to make it, brother. They got to make it through the year. So I don't know. It's a great baseball season. This thing with the Twins is fabulous. I mean, going into this season, I figured the Twins was going to win as Kenny's being distracted here.
Well, I'm looking for somebody. I really wanted to get Billy Getty, and I'm going to tell you, his dad, Bill Getty Sr., is the wrestling coach for Superior Senior High School, and his son Billy Jr. is one of the bat boys out here. And I'm telling you, I heard a story here. I was here. Oh, there he is. I was here. It's been a couple of weeks now, and I can't remember the team that was here. It was one of the umpires. Told little Billy that he was the best bat boy that he's seen in the league.
Really?
I'm telling you, this kid works hard. He's professional about it. He's just a young kid. And he treats it like a job. He's going to go on to be successful in the business world because he loves it. Oh, and his dad told me something once that
his son's a darn good wrestler.
It was quite shocking that here's a young kid that works hard doing this. He loves the game. He loves what he does. Being a bat boy out here, and he said, Dad, he goes, all the fans that don't come to the games, they're taking away my opportunity to have a job out here, meaning that the Dukes might leave because of no loyal fan support. And boy, I'll tell you, when you hear that coming from a young kid, man, it really puts things into perspective, Let's try to get the attention of his dad here.
You have to. We already committed you. He's going to be on our show.
Here, Bill. Just come over here. I just wanted to ask you something.
Talk off camera.
Off camera.
No, we got to talk to you. Did you watch SummerSlam? Did you? I was hoping he saw SummerSlam, but since Bill's being shy coming down here, well, we can't force him.
Yeah, thanks, Kel.
There's supper.
Oh, we got supper.
I ain't cooking tonight.
No cooking.
So,
Johnny, I was out here Tuesday night, froze my rear end off. I went down to the Dukes doghouse there, and picked up a real nice Duluth-Superior Dukes sweater. A little spendy, but man, I'm telling you, it's nice. I wish I had it.
It's got a little frosty out
I
here.
buy the doggone thing, and I don't have it here. Yeah, we got that lake wind coming in.
We lost another game, though.
That damn lake, if it ain't the wind, it's the foghorn.
So, yeah, I want to talk about that when we wrap things up.
I heard from some of the viewers about my rage about the foghorn. Some said, hey, leave the foghorn alone. And some said, you're right, it shouldn't go every minute. So I'm not saying turn it off. Just, it doesn't need to go every 60 seconds. That's my only gripe. And it doesn't need to turn on at 7 a.m.
But anyway, you've been out here more than me. Kenny, give me your take on the Dukes, what you've seen lately. You've been out here more than I have. You're out here Tuesday night? It's unfortunate because Dirty Al, he's got the right.
Johnny, he said something that kind of puts things into perspective. He lost 3 starting pitchers.
Yeah.
Let any team deal with that and see how good they do. This team did real well in the first half. They had their best record
First half ever.
Ever in the history of the team since the rebirth of the Northern League. The second half starts, they get 3 big wins down at Schaumburg. Then they go over to Lincoln, I think, and they lost a few, and then they kept on losing.
Fargo.
And then it really didn't stop. And we had to play the Fargos and the Winnipegs, and those are the teams that are in this that are going to go and probably end up being in the championship. Look for Winnipeg to be back in this. Incidentally, Winnipeg's general manager, and I don't know his name, NorthernLeague.com, was named Executive of the Year. So hats off to that organization. They're up there. And they've got something to work with. They've got a beautiful stadium. They're surrounded by 1 million people. They don't have a lake to deal with. I love Lake Superior, but let's face it. When you get a northeast wind that's anything over 15 miles an hour, you're going to suffer out at Wade Stadium.
Well, it's the same. Thank God I remembered my jacket.
And I don't ever use that as an excuse, but I can see where people do.
Kenny, if I didn't have this jacket, I'd be trembling right now. And this jacket ain't even thin. It's just enough, but...
Well...
But right now, we're going to wrap up this series with Joliet. Do you think there'll be a team next year here?
Al Gallagher's been signed, and they're trying to work out a lease with the city. This team doesn't really have any place to go, so we've been told, so we hear, so we read. It's hard to say. It's anyone's guess. I sure hope they don't leave.
Well, the thing is, I made it to, 7 games this year. Is that a lot? Not really. But, with my situation with 3 kids under the age of 5, you do what you can do. Just too bad that people couldn't get out here and see one game. Because, it's the greatest entertainment around. People come out here, like the people that joined us earlier, having a good time, drinking a few beers, and, it's all about just getting out here, and even if the Dukes lose, it's still a good time. Your niece, really.
She's a ham.
Yeah. So how many games have you been to this year?
What?
This is her first game.
First game this year?
Yeah.
There you go. Never too late.
I wonder if he's going to go get his, the youngster, little Billy Getty. Yeah, the umpire said you're the best bat boy in the league. Wow. What an honor.
But Kenny, we wrap things up now with Joliet here. Then we got 4 games. What is it? What?
Gary.
What did I say?
I don't know. You didn't say anything. I did.
Okay, thank you.
The Gary
South Shore Railcats.
South Shore Railcats. There you go.
Saturday, Sunday.
The team without a stadium.
Next year they'll have one though. But like I say, I'll tip the cap to Dirty Al during the off season if they're here next year. You'll find the horses need a little bit of power in this lineup. And
I'll tell you what. And I'm not happy with the things I'm hearing coming out of City Hall. And our good friend Howie Hansen, who did a great job. Did you get the August 2002 Twin Ports people?
I got like 20 copies at my house to send off to a few friends and to throw in the big tub of other stuff I've collected. Howie Hansen did a great job. If you haven't seen it, I know you can pick them up at the Piedmont Milk House. Pick it up at Superior Health, Piedmont, 2900 Piedmont Avenue.
That's the cover, and hopefully there's still a few floating around out there. Art from the Heart is the top headline. I'm not sure visual artist they have on there, and they open it up, and the average guys have reached local celebrity status. Nice picture of Kenny Kane, Johnny D there, with a nice little story. Howie did a great job, and I haven't had an opportunity to talk to him.
But we're going to have Howie on after the season ends here.
Are we? Good.
Hell yeah.
So, what I'm looking for here is an article from the highly accurate Duluth Budgeter.
Is this what you're going to say?
Actually, this is... The Duluth News Tribune's highly accurate. This is kind of accurate. And I say that in jest. Did you find the continuation of this story? Go to page D5. I'm still looking. I went to A5, I went to B5, I went to C5, and I'm still looking.
That was brought up at a sales meeting.
I guess if you go online, you can read the whole story. Will the Dukes operate in Duluth next summer? The club is tight-lipped about its future, but it's obligatory to ask how long it can continue to operate at a loss in Duluth. And these are fair questions and assumptions. Very fair. The Dukes have lost money every season since the rebirth of the Northern League in '93. Dukes owner John Ellert said this week, we'll address our future at the end of the season. The Dukes extended the contract to Coach Al Gallagher. Speculating the Dukes' future, again, Howie Hansen reporting from the August 25th edition of the Budgeteer. continue to operate in Duluth, building on the modest gains the club made in 2002. Attendance is up slightly. The club has become very involved in the community, but the community would need to step up in its support to the team. Sell. The Dukes have been sold 4 times in 10 years, and each of the first 5 owners have lost money. League founder and former president Miles Wolf was committed to keeping a team in Duluth to retain the integrity of the former minor league, but he is no longer with the league. Move. A team needs a stadium to play in, and no stadium is available or being built in a location favorable to the league. Go dark, cease to exist. This is the ugliest of the 4 options. It won't happen. It just simply won't happen. They need 10 teams. Logistically, they wouldn't be able to do it, or would they?
I thought Howie Hansen said that they're having a Northern League team up in Calgary.
I heard that. I haven't heard anything other than just that rumor, I guess. Mr. Ellert has met with Duluth Mayor Gary Doty to discuss extending the club's lease at Wade Stadium. The Dukes are essentially trying to update the agreement that has stood by for several years. Ellert said, we expect to talk again at the end of the season. The Dukes Stadium issues are the ones that they've been discussing with the city all season, such as the maintenance responsibility and cleaning and security issues. Ellert said, ideally, we would be interested in signing a long-term stadium lease. But we'd like to see the city step up to get some things working better. Hear ye, hear ye. Mr. Doty said he has encouraged the Dukes to stay and give themselves another year. But it's a financial decision they will have to make in the next couple of weeks. Mayor Doty said it all boils down to them putting a competitive team on the field to draw fans. We can address some of the small stadium issues that the team is concerned about. And again,
meanwhile, yeah, they'll address the small issues, but meanwhile, they got to get a task force to figure out how to bail out the boondoggle they call the aquarium.
Well, that's a whole other issue. And listen, the city, this is something that has come upon the city. They didn't get into the aquarium from the start. They've kind of gotten into this at the end of it. But that's another issue for another show.
Well, but it's still. It's like mowing a lawn for an 80-year-old lady who's still paying you 1950 wages.
We've got another.
Here you go.
With some other youngsters that we have to get in here. Mike Jacobson, super fan of the Duluth-Superior Dukes. Who do we have?
This is my nephew Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
This is my niece Miranda.
I know this girl, and I know that girl.
This is my other niece Olivia.
Yeah. Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you having fun tonight?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
Dukes.
Hey.
Who's your favorite player?
I don't know any other players.
Oh, it's Derek Gibson because he knocked Homer out last night.
What?
He took Homer out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when they had a kid.
Homer was racing a young fan from home plate around the bases. And when he got to first base, Derek Gibson gave him his best NFL tackle.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he didn't dislocate his shoulders.
Yeah.
He hit him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Hey, did you watch SummerSlam?
No, I don't. Yeah.
No, you didn't, huh?
Unfortunately, I can't afford it.
Here we go.
Well, neither can I.
Here we go. We're going to get Billy Getty here. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
girls. Hey, have fun.
I want to see if somebody saw the Shawn Michaels Hunter Hearst Helmsley match. Sounded like it was a classic. Kevin, watch SummerSlam? Nah.
Johnny, hey, with us here is young Billy Getty.
As one umpire proclaimed.
Well, like I'd said, Billy, you tell the story. Who was it that said you were doing a heck of a job?
About 3 umpires.
3?
Ken said only 1, but it was 3 now?
Jeez.
1 last year and 2 this year.
Okay. All right. How did you get this gig? Did you have to, apply? Did you have to try out?
We just applied, put in an application, and I got it.
All right.
Because I've been here so long.
Yeah, you've lived all your summers here, haven't you?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Bill, I watch you. You do a heck of a job out there. You really do. You seem to enjoy what you do.
What do you do? What does your job? You get to the park at what time and take it from there?
I get to the park at 4 o'clock and take batting practice sometimes. And and then I run errands and work.
What kind of errands you run?
Food errands.
Okay. And then after the game, is there cleanup that goes along with all this?
Yes, we have to sweep the dugouts and pick up.
Oh, wow, so you're doing that. You're working quite a bit. Do you travel with the team when they go on the road?
3 times this year.
You have?
Really?
Okay.
Your dad go with?
Yes.
What have been some of the highlights for you, Bill, throughout the season? Some real memorable moments.
Going on the trips.
Okay.
Where did you go?
St. Paul, Fargo, and I guess I only went on 2.
How are the fans in St. Paul?
I don't know. I was in the dugout.
Okay, all right.
So, hey.
Heck of a job out there, and I just hope that the Dukes can keep on doing this, huh?
So you're a wrestler, right?
Yes.
How's your wrestling career going over in Superior?
Great.
Great.
Who's your favorite wrestler right now?
Cale Sanderson.
Cale! All right. Good role model.
So, you watch professional wrestling at all?
No, not much.
Your dad does, doesn't he?
Sometimes.
He's a historian and all that stuff, I thought.
Yeah.
John wants to know who, what do they call that?
What?
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yeah.
You didn't catch any of that?
No.
All right, good for you. Way to go.
So anyway, so what time do you get done at the end of the night then?
It just depends on how long it takes to clean up.
That was kind of interesting last night. We had a fog out here at Wade Stadium.
How foggy was it?
It was foggy. You couldn't see the scoreboard. You couldn't see any of the billboards in the outfield.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And then it looked for a while there like they were going to get things going, and then fog just kept on rolling in.
So when there's a delay like that, do you sit in the clubhouse with the team?
No, I play 2-ball and with the guys out in the field and kind of try to listen to what happens.
Hey, what kind of a guy is Sean Murphy? He really seems to take this stuff seriously, and he's got a heck of an average. There was a good story in the paper about how he's, doesn't he have like his own school where he teaches hitting?
I don't know that.
Okay, all right.
But he's a really nice guy.
Yeah. How about some of the other guys on the team? Who are some of your favorites?
All of them.
All right.
Really? Who's the biggest jerk between us, just us 3? What one do you don't like?
Joe Monk.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, he's off the team now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect an answer.
They let
And Goofy.
They let Joe go.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's why.
Jesus. I wasn't looking for an answer. I was just sort of.
Well, you
heard it here first.
Johnny, we're going to become subdued here. Their
I got to get back to work.
national anthem for the second. Billy, thanks a lot.
Yep.
Good job,
Nice
bud.
meeting you, man.
Thanks.
Take care. See you later.
The national anthem was playing, so we had to pay our proper respects as we were approaching the anniversary of 9/11.
I can't use that term. It just takes something away from it. There's. Oh, okay. Get over here, Kev. September 11th for me. Kev, get over here.
And act excited.
Okay.
Go like.
Get down here and tell us who you are, young man.
Come on, Dallas.
Go on, Dallas.
Get down there.
Hi.
So, what's Hurley? That's skateboard stuff.
Kind of.
Yep, skateboard company.
Have you seen the movie? The
Gold member?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 times.
What do you think?
It's
Funny.
hilarious.
Hey, did you know when me and your dad were in Philadelphia, we went down the Comcast Center?
The what?
Comcast. That's where they do a lot of that indoor stuff. That movie, a lot of that movie was filmed there in Philadelphia. Yeah.
At Comcast?
Yeah.
What's Comcast?
It's the stadium in Philadelphia where they do a lot of that motocross. It's where the Flyers play. And the, X Games.
Are you guys the X Game fanatics?
Kind of.
Kind of.
They're thumb button fanatics.
Oh, you guys in the video games?
Sure.
Kind of.
Rock and roll music?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like who?
Metallica, Slipknot. Rob Zombie.
The Hives.
The Vines.
The Hives.
The Hives and the Vines. What about like the Doors or Pink Floyd or?
No, too old.
I like that teacher song, that school song of Pink Floyd's.
Does this kid look like me?
Oh, another brick in the wall.
Oh, okay.
In Dallas, are you related to this guy?
Oh, no.
No, I just his friend.
He's my friend.
Okay. So is that your sister?
Yeah.
She's been on the show quite a lot.
This is my nephew, Kevin.
Okay.
Okay, that's his sister.
Yeah, well,
You keep on looking at this guy.
Is this live?
my head only turns so far.
No, it's not live.
It's
No,
not
This will
live?
be taped on public access, your favorite channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
PACT.
PACT-TV.
Ooh, Channel 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cable?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Okay.
When's this going to be on?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What time?
Oh, we'll get your schedule.
8 o'clock, Channel 7.
Okay.
In the morning?
No, tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, guys. Go get me a piece of pizza.
Woohoo!
Are you guys hungry?
Kenny's springing, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll wrap this up and then we'll get some food.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway,
Johnny, I picked up a USA Today today. Tanya Harding. Did you hear this?
well, I knew she was. Yeah.
She was released from jail. She served 8 days of a 10-day sentence for drinking alcohol while on probation for banging her boyfriend over the head with a wheel cover back in 2000. Well, she got out early for behaving well and doing laundry. But she wasn't ready to leave. She wanted to have coffee and cigarettes with everybody. But we told her no, her sentence was up, and she had to leave. She was in jail in Vancouver, Washington. They tell her sentence is up, you can go now. You got out early for good behavior. No, I want to stay and have cigarettes and donuts with everybody here. No, they told her, no, you got to leave. She wanted to stay. She was in jail. What the hell's wrong with that girl, man? You talk
She made
about...
some good friends, and she probably thought, well, she ain't gonna see him for a while because she'll be out. And so, yeah.
Birds of a feather stick together, okay.
So there is smoking allowed in their jail, huh? Probably wouldn't be allowed in Minnesota jails. My God, we'll talk about a bunch of crotchety inmates if you can't smoke in your cell, man. Oh.
We were talking about Elvis earlier. Did you hear this figure? The top 4 money earners amongst dead people? We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Dale Earnhardt, 4th on the list, 20 million. 3rd on the list, John Lennon. Oh, here's a surprise. 2nd, Charles Schultz.
Yeah.
And the number 1 top money earner amongst dead people, Elvis Presley. If you're going to talk, you got to come over here. We can't hear this.
Can't hear that. No. So anyway,
Johnny, how are things? I haven't talked to you for a while. Did we tape? We didn't tape last week.
because the wrong show ran the week before, and your toot comments had to be heard, so we had to play the show that.
My what?
Your toot comments.
Oh, my toot comments. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Foghorn.
Kelly.
Well, no, when you brought up Dale Earnhardt and John Lennon, when we were in Baltimore, we bought Dale Earnhardt and John Lennon sketchings. That's what I had to ship home.
Wow.
I know. That's bizarre.
So you got him.
They came yesterday.
Fantastic.
Kelly's into dead people.
Kelly's into dead people.
No, I didn't get nothing. No,
Thanks, dear.
I'm into antique.
Okay.
One of those necrophiliacs or whatever you call it.
I don't think she goes there.
Oh.
Let's hope not.
That's from show number 7 in the Average Guy history.
Johnny, last weekend, NHRA results out of Brainerd, Minnesota. In the final round,
I know Greg.
Duluth's Greg Anderson and... Who was it that he was racing again?
You know,
Jed Coughlin.
Who won?
Greg double clutched and didn't win. But took over the points lead in Pro Stock. Your current points leader in the Pro Stock division of NHRA is Duluthian Greg Anderson, driving the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Kelly is showing us her breath. That's how cold it is out here.
He double clutched, huh?
He double clutched on the start, so he was so bummed out. They had him on RPM tonight. He says, man, I had all my buddies here and my family from Duluth, and he had the fastest car there. He talked to all the other guys driving there, and they said he was the car to beat. And he just got a little overcharged at the start. He was pumped up, ready to go, and just a little bit.
And he probably knew right from the get-go.
So, Indianapolis, the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis, this is the NHRA's Daytona 500, if you will. People want to go here and win. And
I think they do wherever they go.
Greg Anderson won there last year. Let's hope he can go down there and put a little bit of a distance between him and the people behind him. I think there's like 7 6 or 7 events left after the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis. So be nice if he can hold on to this thing and win this thing, huh?
Duluth native.
Yep.
1979, graduated Denville High School.
October 5th at Proctor Speedway, Kenny K will be driving the TPCR car in the Enduro up there. Did you hear about this? I went down and talked to Steve at the shop, and I said, Steve, I want to go up there. I want to help you out. He goes, yeah, what do you want to do? I says, man, I want to drive. He goes, you can drive. He said, you can drive. I'm going to drive the caddy.
So what's the Enduro?
It's you got a bunch of different drivers driving. It's 100 laps, I think. Okay. And got this Cadillac. They got this head on top, and they got a stick cut through the hood, and his head swivels on top of the car. He said, Kenny, he said it was so much fun. He said, I had a blast. He said, I didn't know I could drive that good. You know, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll have some good weather conditions. Jeff Gordon, Bristol, Tennessee. Finally, he wins the pole and he wins the race.
Good things happen to good people.
I've got a friend up at Eggerbrecht Chevrolet, Mel Bergman. She was at the race along with her husband.
Really?
They were there. She said, Kenny, she goes, it was unbelievable. Who's her favorite racer? Jeff Gordon. So she had a good time. It was, I'm glad he won. He needed a victory.
I've seen Jeffy won. And he's still like 5th in points. So the season hasn't been lost. He's finishing high enough to rack up the points, but... So anyways, Kenny, we got some football stuff. I see that Ryan Sims.
Cal, how are we doing on time there?
Ryan Sims signed with the Chiefs. Bryant McKinney signed with the Vikings. The
Doesn't
Chiefs
look
signed
good.
their pick. Well, the Chiefs signed theirs today.
Doesn't look
yesterday. But, you know, the Vikings...
sign him and then what?
Well, that's just it now. How much are we supposed to pay the guy? What he was asking for in the beginning? Baloney. I almost said another word. You know, it's a bunch of crap. The guy's not going to be able to start now. The guy's so far behind the curve. Do you pay the guy the big bucks? No way. No way.
From the highly accurate Duluth News Tribune of Wednesday, October 14th, football season reminds us that meaningful work has a low value. The Dallas Cowboys are in training camp. Big woo, you say. So is every other professional football team in America. But each year, as these behemoths in silver and blue strap-on practice pads and struggle under their crop jerseys to grunt and sweat their way into the final roster, it makes me think about how incredibly skewed this country's priorities are. This is a syndicated columnist, Jill Labby, of the Fort Worth, Texas Star-Telegram. Again, the News Tribune ran this Wednesday, August 14th. A football player is not a neurosurgeon or a cancer research scientist. Ball players make obscene amounts of money. Football players do not put their lives on the line while carrying unconscious people from burning buildings or kicking down doors at crack houses or trying to help a woman and her children find safe haven from an abusive husband. I'm not really picking on football in particular. The whiny babies in Major League Baseball are contemplating a strike, for Pete's sake, because of revenue-sharing disputes, a luxury tax, the 60-40 debt rule, the commissioner's discretionary fund, blah, blah, blah. It's all about money. Wah! In 1988, the highest-earning basketball player was the Los Angeles Lakers' Earvin Magic Johnson, $3 million. Before the 2000-2001 season, the same team signed Shaquille O'Neal to a 3-year, $88.5 million contract extension. Many of these athletes, or more accurately their agents, use hardball negotiating tactics and often are cited as being courageous for holding out in the wake of pressure from the owners and their leagues. That's not courage, that's greed. Courage is working as a nurse in a hospice for AIDS patients, or answering a disturbance call involving gang members, or teaching in a public school. Courage is going back to school when you're 50 years old because you've been laid off from the job you've held for 25 years and now you have to learn new skills to feed your family. I'm telling you, man, I read this and I thought, right on. Really puts things into perspective. Can the Alex Rodriguez's and the Shaquille O'Neals of the world be faulted for getting the most of what the market will bear? No. Very few people in this country would condemn professional athletes for squeezing every dime possible out of the owners and the fans. It's just so sad that the market value for truly meaningful skills is so pitifully low.
Because advertising doesn't promote brain surgeons.
And one of the signs that we saw, the players are making $48,000 a week and they're going on strike. So the money's, it's insanely outrageous, the money that these guys are making. And then we sit here and we watch these guys out in the field here at Wade Stadium, and they're not doing this for the money. My God, if they wanted to be making some money, they'd be out, getting an education, which probably a lot of them do have, and they'd be working. They're doing this because they love this game, John. They can't get off that field.
I hear you, brother.
They love being out there. They love playing this game. And the money is just
Well, on the other hand, you have to take it for what it is.
It's not enough to keep them going. They're doing this because they love this game, and maybe they're trying to make it to the major leagues and fulfill a dream.
But football players, baseball players, pro athletes are entertainers. So you begrudge Alex Rodriguez for making the money as well? Should we watch Jay Leno or Johnny Carson or Katie Couric? They're bringing in millions of dollars.
Johnny Carson is retired.
I mean, Jay Leno, David Letterman. Well, Judge Judy makes $7 million a year. Should he watch her because she's overpriced? I mean, that brain dead show. It's like, people like it. It's advertising driven.
But they're not on strike.
Well, no, but I'm just saying it's just football hasn't been on strike since the mid 80s. So.
School will get started here next week, and I don't think the Duluth School Board or the Duluth Teachers Union has a contract.
I know. Crazy. But, if we all could make that,
it really kind of it puts things into great perspective. Absolutely. How we doing, Kel?
Shit.
Huh?
52.
52.
Hey, brand new jeans. Stay in them.
What are you doing? Oh, you're spilling stuff on you. Ah, how's the diet going?
What's that?
How's the diet going?
Working out. Get ready for getting fit, staying fit.
Getting fit, staying fit.
Me and my wife working out at Superior Street Fitness. Working out, can show the results on there. It's going pretty good.
Are you losing weight?
I've lost 10 pounds in a month.
Fantastic.
Still can't tell. My only goal is to fit in the clothes from the Rebel days.
Johnny Winter. Let's talk some Jay Winter systems here.
55.
You wouldn't know this by looking at him, but he is the webmaster. How's it going, John?
Good.
So, what websites are you responsible for?
Well, right now the Dukes, dsdukes.com. Okay. I'm also doing Mid-States League, which is midstatesleague.com. It's a new rookie-level independent league starting next year. Okay. Of course, my own website, wintersystems.com. Get a plug in there for me. And theaverageguys.com.
I went on the Northern League webpage. Did you know that we have the Dukes webpage? We have a link on the Dukes webpage. You can get to the Average Guys if you go to the Dukes page, really? And vice versa. Of course,
yeah. And soon to have a UMD link from yours.
Yeah.
I got sent from Matt Beckman up at UMD. He sent me the graphic and stuff, and I got to get up on your webpage, and you'll have a link to the UMD Sports.
Neato. Fantastic.
We got to talk after we leave the air here.
Oh,
but I mean, now to contact you, all people do is go to theaverageguys.com, click on at the bottom, hosted webmaster,
Yep.
And then you can type you a letter.
Sure. Email.
So, so when we want to add content to it, I can just sort of write it up to you and just fax or,
just
email it to you?
Email me content. If there's any other college teams in the area, I think they want links. Sure.
John.
College, high school.
John,
any sports level.
John, we don't have a lot of time. Tell us about this Northwoods League.
The Northwoods League? Well, it's
who are these kids?
They're premier college players in the United States, mainly Division I college. A lot of them are junior colleges too, because you have some very good college players coming through junior colleges in California and Florida. They compete quite a bit with the Cape Cod League for Players, which if you've seen the movie Summer Catch was about the Cape Cod League. It's fun baseball. There's a number of them up in the major leagues right now. Couple hundred they've sent to the minor leagues.
You are a season ticket holder for the Dukes here, right?
Correct, for 10 years now.
10 years. Hasn't been a very good second half. We can, analyze this thing to death.
Well, we're losing a lot of very close games. We're losing. Most of these games are losing by 2 or 3 runs.
I said earlier to John, I said, Al Gallagher pointed this out too. He said, I lost 3 starting pitchers.
Yeah, it's some starting pitchers lost, but the pitchers aren't pitching that bad. We're not getting some timely hitting. We're playing a lot better defense than last year. We got a second baseman, Balvin, that's a rookie that's batting wonderfully.
Sean Murphy?
Great. Third baseman, Sean Murphy.
How about these guys, these kids from Scholastica, Lapine and Swenson? Geez, they've done well.
Lapine has done
fielding
excellent.
percentages are just
and Swenson at shortstop is very good. His bat could get a little hotter, but maybe next.
As a matter of fact, we have their former coach here, John Beggs. Where did he go? I wanted to talk to John. Okay.
We got 2 minutes.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes.
We have a really solid team. It's missing a big power hitter, and we haven't had that all year.
Major League Baseball potential strike.
That's a real nightmare. If they do that, that's just a huge mistake. That'll be a very sad day tomorrow if at noon they are.
My prediction is they'll settle it by 12:30 tonight.
My prediction is that they will not come to a settlement, but they will rescind the strike and continue to play and work through this.
I think something on your line is that they may not settle this, but they may postpone the strike. They'll say that we're going to continue negotiations because things are progressing.
But what people don't understand is if the players don't strike, by the time the season ends after the World Series, the owners can arbitrarily make their own rules now.
Yeah.
And the players have no leverage, and so the only thing they can do is go on strike if need be.
Well, maybe they'll strike for next season if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, John Winter, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, stick around. I got to talk to you anyways. Well, Kenny.
Take it away, Johnny.
Well, we're going to wrap things up here by saying
thanks to the Rustic Bar.
Thanks to the Rustic Bar, George Gothner.
Good guy. Go out there. He's got the heat on. He can warm up.
Yeah. First and third Thursdays, the average guys are there. During the winter, we'll be there a little bit more often. And until next week, I'm Johnny D. With me, Kenny K.
Johnny.
Behind the camera, Kelly Donahue. And until next week, remember it's cool to be average, and we'll see you later.